I'm Colin, and in this video we're going to talk all about how to maintain the joint sand in your pavers. Now before you just start filling your sand joints again, you want to make sure and really look at that area to ensure there's no major problems that will have more sand loss later. In a lot of situations, you will have a little bit of sand loss, especially if there's a lot of steep natural grade. Wherever moisture creates a run, it will take some sand out of there. And in those situations, you would indeed just top off those sand joints and move on. But in the areas where you have low spots, maybe really bad drainage, you want to make sure you take the time to pick up that area of paving stones if you can, put down new netting material, make it flat again, or ensure it has a proper grade so that when you put that new joint sand back in there, it doesn't just flow away after a year again. Now in our particular project, we have a driveway in which the pavers are settling right up against the garage floor slab, which is fairly common because basically over time, the gravel and all the bedding material will shift. You can try and shift underneath that garage floor slab, causing some settling. On top of that, this is right in line with the gutter of the house, and it's been clogged a few times, adding a lot more water and moisture to that area, increasing the pooling and promoting that settling and washing out all that joint sand. So what we have to do for this project is pull up this area of paving stones, put down some fresh bedding material, relay our paving stones, and then add our joint sand after that. Now that we've made this small repair and our pavers are back in place, we can actually finish what we set out to do, which was top off our joint sand. We always like to utilize a fine, dry bagged sand because it goes into the joints very, very quickly and easier, making this part of the process much shorter and easier. Once our joints are full all the way to the top of the paving stone, we're going to take a hand tamper, or if you're doing a large area, maybe a compactor, and really wiggle that sand in there so we have less joint sand loss next year. After we've vibrated that area, we ensure that our joints are the proper depth, which is about an 1/8 inch below the top of the stone. We're going to blow off that excess sand and we have a finished project. Now, if you didn't have an extreme amount of joint loss in an area to which you had to repair it, a little bit of sand loss is going to be fairly common depending on the situation. All you have to do is, if you're just topping off those joints, just take a bag of fresh, fine, dry joint sand and fill up those joints just a little bit over full. We always still take a hand tamper or a plate compactor if it's a large area to really wiggle that sand in those joints. That way we have less sand loss later. Once the sand joints are filled, we can blow off the excess sand and get back to enjoying our patio.